So finally, Phil comes out of the darkness and able to join us here for round number 3 of our big triple header of Full Velocity TV. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Williams Grove Speedway. Hanging out with the guys at Dirt Slingin Outlaws, as Todd has been all night long. Great job by my partner carrying the fort for Full Velocity TV tonight. Phil Lacasse back at the helm. Todd will be back with me here shortly. Super late models up and set up on the racetrack now. Heat race number 1 already ready to set go. Green flag racing, and here is the way the field will come to post. On the pole is car number 804. That is Roger Jett with the number 81 car of Joey Lamb alongside. In run number 2, the pro late model winner, car number 5, Mixer Excitement David Day, and alongside of him aboard car number 66, that is Steve Speece. In row number 3, the 017, that is Adam Joseph with the 524 alongside the Missile, Mike Bunson. And rolling off shotgun tonight from the 7th starting position aboard car number 42 was scheduled to be Trevor Collins. I'm not sure Trevor has made the call here for the super late model main event, so I see 6 drivers out there ready to lock and load here for heat racing action. And we've got, 10 laps going to be the distance here, but we'll get Todd to get all situated here shortly. He's kind of blown his vocal cords, blown his nose out for all I know here tonight. Appreciate Todd taking over as the wind up here in the northeast part of the country been horrendous for about 2 days. Took my power out about 5 o'clock this evening, and we lived in the dark here for a little while. Finally just came back on about 15 minutes ago and got myself into the server here, and I guess enough time too is give Todd's vocal cords a little bit of a break. We'll get ready to go for heat race number 1 here for the Dirt Slingin Outlaws Super Late Model Series. Roger Jett, Joey Lamb going to take the field off of turn number 4 next time around. Await that iRacing.com page truck in. He is in. Green flag up in the air. We're racing here for 10 laps in heat race number 1. Roger Jett going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Joey Lamb there for second. Here comes that 5 car. Mr. Excitement David Day. He's going to take second. He's not going to be content there. He's going to look for the race lead for the first time into turn number 3. 5 car running down low, just as we saw him do in the pro lates. Rogers 804 up high. Give David Day the lead as I hit turn 1 here, completing lap 1.
And David Day down to the bottom side, the number 5 machine in the 3-unit.ca machine, the number 804 Roger Jett, who had a good run going on Sunday night there, coming up through the field, now having a good run here in heat race number 1. Joey Lamb now down to the bottom, side by side battle for that second spot. Give that to Lamb in the number 81.
Lamb looking there for second. Jett going to fight back up high. Right behind them, the 017 of Adam Joseph in for the 4th spot. They sprint down the back chute. Looks like issues there for the 81 of Joey Lamb. He backed off the throttle. Not sure if they made contact or not, but he's going to sort of position. David, they're going to resume the lead here now. Second spot is now going to be the 81 of Joey. It was Roger Jett's 804 that had a little bit of contact there. Put Adam Joseph now up to 3rd. Roger Jett back to 4th. And running in our top 5 here is going to be Steve Speece and car number 66. David Day here, Todd, trying to run away and hide. He's already going to start lap number 5. He hits back to the stand. We'll already be halfway home here in heat race number 1.
David Day trying to double it down here tonight in the number 5 machine. We'll see if he's going to be able to do that here as he's leading heat race number 1 in perfection here. Lockstep over Joey Lamb in that number 81 machine. The 017 of Adam Joseph had another good run there up to that 3rd spot. 4th is Roger Jett. So Jett has slipped back in the 804 machine, so track not to his liking. So we'll see what happens here with Roger Jett and see if he's able to get it back going here. Maybe make some adjustments for the future of that, as he was wicked fast in practice.
He sure was. And yeah, set quick time here in practice. The only car I think that was in that 18.6 bracket here was Roger Jett. Actually, it was a 19.6 point something here. He was really quick in practice. Had a really good time here in qualifying the 804, currently sitting back in the 4th spot. The 5 car of David Day, he won the Pro Late Models. Todd, he jumps into the super open setup. Said he hadn't tried this in a while, and so far, so good as he completes lap number 7.
A fantastic showing for David Day here. Like you said, lap number 7 complete here as he comes down the back straightaway. Joey Lamb starting to chip into that lead that he has, though. Down to a half second. That number 81 machine, Adam Joseph right there. But Joseph a little bit further back. But Joey Lamb chipping down here. Last time by, Joey Lamb was indeed faster, 19.982 to David Day's 20.097. But it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass him. David Day leading him down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I got 5 car lengths here in turn number 3. This time by for the 5 car. White flag going to come from the starter stand here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. One more trip around the Williams Grove Speedway for car number 5 here. Pick up the win of the Pro Lates. Looking to repeat here in the Supers. Going to take heat race number 1 off of turn number 2. 5 car lengths over the 81 car of Joey Lamb as they hit turn number 3. Looks like the 5 car, as long as he don't bobble through the corner, should come through just fine. Off of 4. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race number 1 going to go to David Day in car number 5. Joey Lamb in for 2nd. Adam Joseph 3rd. Roger Shep 4th. Steve Speece going to run out your top 5. Mike Budson in for 6th. And I think it was 6-car field. There was Trevor Collins. Did not answer the bell. So we're already through heat race number 1. We'll bring heat race number 2 out to the racetrack now. We'll see what we got for a lineup here on the pole. Is going to be car number 2, the sidewinder Scott Schroyer, and alongside of him in the 101, that's the high side hustler Martin Karch. In row number 2, in car number 21, that is Nathan Kassler. Number 75 alongside, that is John Hine. In our third and final row, inside car is car number 129, that is Curtis Uphoff, and alongside of Curtis in car number 45, as our buddy Mike Massey rolling off tonight from P6. So this is a pretty good little field here, Todd. 6 really good fast race cars, 10 more trips around. A lot of fun to come over here to DSO. I know you were here all night long with the pros. I was here last week with you, but this is a great little product Scott and Martin have assembled over here. A really great group of cars and very, very clean, unforeseen of what we saw here in the pros where we saw some yellows. These guys really do a hell of a job racing around each other.
Yeah, they definitely do one whale of a job racing around one another. They're fantastic drivers here in this league. And some of these guys coming from Stars on Dirt, so you kind of expect these guys to run rather well. And they put on a fantastic league here. So we'll wait and see who's going to win this one. It's like you said, this one's a stacked one. You got Nathan Kassler, Scott Schroyer, Martin Karts, John Hand, you got Curtis Uphoff, and Michael Massey. Don't count out Michael Massey. Everybody rules out Michael Massey, but do not rule him out. He is getting better every week, and I think he's come and grown in leaps and bounds. I mean, we like to give the love on Michael Massey, but I tell you what, he has grown leaps and bounds.
He's gotten a lot faster, that is for sure. So car 45 here, starting 6th in heat race number 2. Don't sit on him yet because he's got one car. I think it's going to be really good. I know he's got a lot of setup time in that car. He's got some good teammates out there giving him some direct support for setups as well. So Mike's going to be a player here before this night is out, I am certain. But here they come, I believe, off of turn number 4. Next time by, we should see the iRacing.com pace truck make its way onto pit road and put the field here into the hands of car number 2 of Scott Schroyer, the 101 of Martin Karch there on your front row. How about Nathan Castle sitting there in run number 2? We know he knows how to motor around in one of these super late models. You got John Hine on the outside. Curtis Uphoff, always fast, rolling from position number 5 in the dark horse. Mike Massey rolling off 6th. Off of turn number 4, pace truck takes that trip in and down the long front straightaway here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Green flag goes in the air. Scott Schroyer and Martin Karch going to lead the field. A dead heat to turn 1.
Yeah, Karch in the 101, and then number 2 is Scott Schroyer. Really putting on a good battle going into turn 1. They're already down the back straightaway. And Scott Schroyer lead.
Schroyer going to lead them here through 3 and 4 for the first time. Karch there in for 2nd, but here comes Kassler, number 21. Nathan got a good piece tonight. He's going to slide it through 1 and 2, trying to make the whole shot move off of the second quarter. Look at that throttle. That car got down low. What a launch off the corner for Nathan Kassler's 21 car. Him alongside Martin Karch there, door to door for the runner-up spot. All up front, it's Scott Schroyer by 5 car lengths. That race for 2nd is a good one, Todd. Down the front chute into turn 1.
Yeah, already down the back straightaway here with Scott Schroyer, and now it's Martin Karch battling it out there with Nathan Kassler. Kassler right now down to the bottom side there, the 101 of Martin Karch up on the top shelf of the speedway, but Schroyer continues to lead off of 4.
All right, yeah, we'll let Todd get worked out there. He got some issues going on behind the scenes for him. I'll let him get sorted out. Scott in a lead here. Good battle going on for 2nd between Karch and Kassler side by side. You look further back, Curtis Uphoff's up to the 4th spot, the 129. But that is a good battle for 2nd through 3 and 4. Kassler down low. Karch up high. Scott Schroyer showing all the command in this one as he completes lap number 4 to turn number 1 and 2. Gives Schroyer the lead with that race for 2nd. Still a good one through off the corner. Kassler getting a tremendous shoot up through that off the corner. Putting out Nathan Kassler up to the 2nd spot. Can Martin Karch maybe throw a slider? Does he ride on the tire tracks in there for 3rd? So far, single file off of turn number 4. all Scott Schroyer from here to the low side now. Here comes Nathan Kessler. Can he make the run off of turn number 2? God, look at the way that car just launches off of that corner. Gets a great run down the backstretch into turn number 3. Schroyer going to have to slide it up a little bit higher. Kessler driving a little deep down low. Back in the Gaswell 21 car. Schroyer able to hold off the lead, but where I think this 21 car, Todd, really has this momentum off the exit of 2. He stops back on that gas pedal. That 21 car comes to life. I think Scott's going to have his hands full next time around. We'll complete lap number 7. Running out of laps here at Williams Grove for heat race number 2. Schroyer versus Kessler for the race league off of 4.
Yeah, Scott Schroyer in the number 2 machine is still holding on to the top spot, but I tell you what, Kessler's digging it down on the bottom side. There in that number 21 machine, now able to pull alongside and actually nose out in front down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. Scott Schroyer to the outside, the 21 of Nathan Kessler down to the bottom side by side. Coming off of turn number 4, drag race down to that start finish line. It is Scott Schroyer just barely leading over Kessler that time by. But Kessler's nipping right there at his heels, and he's a tick faster than Schroyer, but Schroyer has that top shelf working down the back straightaway.
He sure does. Kessler is there in the turn number 3. You can see him trying to back up the corner a little bit that time. Got on the accelerator early, tries to stomp it back in there off of corner number 4. Schroyer able to hold off of that big throttle pedal here as he takes the white flag on the speedway. One more trip around for car number 2. Can he hold off a hard charge from a 21 of Nathan Kessler down low? Looks like Nathan just may let that thing ride into turn number 3. One more shot to the low side. Through 3 and 4. Almost door to door off the corner. Scott Schroyer going to hold on to pick up heat race number 2. Nathan Kessler in for 2nd. Give 3rd to Mark Karch. Curtis up off for 4th. John Hine 5th. And Mike Massey going to come up a distant 6th in that one. So through 2 heat races. Heat race number 3 about to pull to the racetrack here. In this one's pretty loaded as well. On the pole, going to be car number 23, Jeremy Capron. On the outside of him, scheduled is car number 111, Russell Snellings. I think the 111 may have left the pit area here. Row number 2, car number 55 of Steven Spies with the number 77 car of Gary Bunson. And in row number 3, we find the number 17 of Brett Rolls and the number 23 car. 233 car over here at DSO. Tony Fetter's going to roll off here from the outside of the 3rd row. So I think the call here going to be for 5 cars, 10 more laps around. And man, this one's going to be completely nutty. I give my partner Todd tonight all the props in the world. He sent me some pictures. Does not look like he's doing well over there at all. So Todd, if you need a minute or you want to jump in, brother, I mean, you just let me know what's happening here. Well, you carried my butt as we were in the dark all night long. Well, this is what a team does, brother. If I can carry you here through this event, I will certainly do so for you. So off of the corner here, a light's going to go out atop the iRacing.com pace truck. Going to be Jeremy Capron up there on the pole, and it looks like coming to the outside pole is going to be Gary Bunson, 77 car. Steven Spies going to start the inside of that 2nd row. Tony Fetter is going to move to the outside of row number 2, and shotgun on the field will be car number 17 of Brett Roll. So this is also a very good field. The race cars, 5 out there for 10 laps. DSO out here in a big way tonight, live on Full Velocity TV. Thanks to all you who stayed up late with us. It's been a long night, a great triple header. Todd did a great job of the Chili Bowl here earlier on with DirtSeries.com. Great event there. Good to see Big Country and Victory Lane. Maybe I retire from, over there from Dirt Series if Jameson gets the luck, as he called me the bad luck charm. So maybe we'll stay out of that scene from now on. But I guess we got Todd over here holding down the fort, the pro late models. We saw David Day take down the win, and now into heat race number 3 for the super late models here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Off of turn number 4, green flag going to go in the air. Jeremy Capron going to lead the field to 1 and 2. Steven Spies going to dive low underneath Gary Bunson. They're going to go door to door down the back straightaway. Bunson up high, Spies down low. Can they make that something happen? Because Jeremy Capron up front, he's starting to drive away into number 23, off of 4 to complete lap number 1.
I think I got myself back going there, Phil. Is getting a little bit lightheaded. Not sure with the weather up here. I don't know what's going on, but I've not felt this way in a very, very long time. Getting some extreme nosebleeds. I want to go do some other things. Phil got some season of gross pictures, but we're back to racing here. At least Jeremy Capron in the number 23 machine. He is your current race leader. The 77 of Gary Bunson running in that 2nd spot. 3rd right now on the field is the number 55 of Steven Spies, and Brett Rolls running in 4th. But a great battle going on for the 2nd spot is waging there between Steven Spies and Gary Bunson in that number 77 machine.
And earlier on, we saw the 5-car David Day run down low, and I thought that was going to be fast for a little while. But the more these laps click into the racetrack, Todd, that low side seems to start going away a little bit. We saw Nathan Castle find something happening down there. Steven Speed's trying to make it work, but Gary Bunson giving him a lot of deal up high. Do you think the low side is just going away, or these guys need to set up just to have a different type of gear to make time in that low side?
Well, you got to go where the other person's not, and that's where David Day said he had to go in the Pro Late Models. He's seen another guy, Russell Snellings, who had to leave us here early, but he was working on the bottom side there, and that's what he was trying to do. So that's what maybe Steven Spees is doing, trying to work on the bottom side. Contact made there on the front straightaway, and Steven Spees and the 77 together. They're slowing up, but they kept going. But, man, that's going to cost them some positions.
Yeah, and a little bit of extracurriculars here through 1 and 2 is a 55 into the side of the 77. I don't think Steven Speed is happy with that move whatsoever, but that's going to change the complexion of this one. Jeremy Capron's up front running away. I believe this is going to put Brett Rolls in the 17 now up to second, put Tony Fetters up to third. But those guys are 4 seconds in the rear from Jeremy Capron, who it's like same song, same dance, different racetrack. 23 to set sail and gone off the corner. He's going to complete lap number 7, starting lap number 8. Jeremy Capron, as it seems to norm over here, Todd, he's in another area code.
Yeah, definitely Jeremy Capron. He's put in the work. He does a lot of work, and he races a lot here on iRacing, and that's definitely shows here tonight, and that gives you somebody to shoot for. And I tell you, some of these guys will aim for him eventually here. But Jeremy really strong here at Williams Grove in that number 23 machine as of tonight, and he's got some fans out here and Facebook Live. I've seen that one, so congratulations to Jeremy Capron for having some fans out there cheering on for you here early on in the going. I tell you, he's a man to beat, and that's a guy that you got to set your pace for and your lookers on.
Absolutely right. As he comes off of turn number 4 this time, he's got the white flag on the field already. He's got a full straightaway or better over this battle for second going on between Brett Rolls and Tony Fetters, which is 2-car lengths. So let's click back over to Kevlar. The finish here is in a 3 and 4, completely just annihilating the field by about 5 seconds off of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race number 3 goes to Jeremy Capron. Second going to go to Brett Rolls. Tony Fetters going to come in for third, and Steven Spees going to pick up fourth. Gary Bunson going to have to settle for the 5th spot. So Capron is setting sail. So what we saw here in 3 heat races, Todd, Capron looks to be really fast per normal. David Day had a good piece. Scott Schroyer holding off a very fast Nathan Kasler. God, yeah, I hope you're ready for it. It's going to be an awesome main event for these guys because we got some really, really fast drivers here. And this one's been a lot of fun to watch, and it's already feature time here. So we got a couple of seconds to kind of catch our breath and, take a look what the field is going to be. But, God, this is going to be awesome. This 40-lap feature event we're about to see. Strap yourself in. We're going to be in for one wild ride.
They're definitely going to be in for a wild ride here, Phil, as these guys get about a 3-minute warm-up. They're going out on the speedway just to shake themselves down. And we're going to throw it down trackside for the playing of our national anthem, Phil.
Back here at the Williams Grove Speedway, just in the final minutes here, the final moments of this little test and tune of 3 minutes, about another 45 seconds or so. We'll put these guys on the grid for 40 laps around. So no better time to thank our sponsors here for Full Velocity TV. Got to thank Spatafor Firearms, of course, our buddy Brendan, who, if I could give him a shameless plug, you got to look up the Full Throttle podcast, the Full Throttle with the Gent. podcast here on YouTube. Brendan does an awesome job here. Put a new one up this afternoon covering all the events in Atlanta this weekend. Very insightful stuff there. And, of course, check out Brendan's website, spatafora-firearms.com, for all your firearm needs. Also got to thank Jeff Brown at iRacing, iFlag. A lot of great widgets. These iFlags, they make a really good, addition to your sim rig. Check them out, iRacingIFlag.com. Also, big shout out to Jim Revis over at Evil One Graphics. Jim does some fantastic wraps. His paint shop has been really busy. Check out Jim Revis out. Evil One, they're not only good, they are evil. Also, a big shout out to our buddy, old Big Country, Jameson Coleridge, picking up the win over at Dirt Series tonight. Jameson, of course, the leader of Team CCRD. Get a great, tremendous-looking paint wrap from him. It doesn't matter what it is. He'll paint it all. Get a hold of him now. CNC Race Designs look the best in show while winning all the dough. CNC Race Designs. Hell yeah. And also a shout out to the guys at DirtSeries.com. We saw them there tonight earlier. We'll be back with them next Thursday night in the Chili Bowl with the Midgets. That's going to be a lot of fun. Check those guys out, Dirt-Series.com. And also shout out to Tyler Blankenship over at Hanover Wrecker Service. Need a tow? Get a hold of Tyler now. Hanover Wrecker Service. They'll take care of you. We're here tonight, Williams Grove Speedway, a 40-lap feature event for these awesome super late models. Todd, a good car count on hand. You've been busy with this all night long. Let's see if we do this old school style. What do you say we go straight up into the starting lineup?
And now your feature lineup for the super late models here at Williams Grove Speedway, Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Starting on the pole, driving the number 5. He won the Pro Late Models just a little bit ago here live on Full Velocity TV. That's Mr. Excitement, that 3unit.ca sponsored number 5 machine. That's David Day. Outside of him, driving the number 2 machine, that Dirt Slingin Outlaw sponsored machine. That's the Sidewinder, Scott Schroyer.
In row number 2, multiple-time winner this season aboard car number 23. Capron screen printing machine for Jeremy Capron. And on the outside of him, the number 81, Joey Lamb Racing Machine. That's Joey Lamb.
Inside row number 3, starting in that 5th starting position, the driver of the number 21. He has had a quick time here tonight. And driver the number 21, that's Nathan Gassler. And outside of him, driving the number 17, that's the Tennessee Tumbler. That's Brett Rolls.
In the 4th row, we find car number 017 to the inside. That is Adam Joseph. He was outside. In the 101, the high side hustler, Martin Karch.
Having a good run in the Pro Late Models was Tony Fetters. He rolls off in that 9th position to the 233. His dancing partner to the outside, that's Roger Jett aboard the 804.
Curtis Uphoff will start 11th tonight aboard car number 129. And outside of him, the number 55, that's Steven Spies.
As we enter the back straight away, we got John Hand, Gary Bunsen, Mike Bunsen in the 524. Let's give a big shout out to Mike out there. He's putting a Full Velocity sticker on that car. I seen you out there. You want some attention there in that 524. And the 45 of Michael Massey rounds out your 17 car field. We're ready to light the wick, light the fire. We've got to have a favorite out there. Who's it gonna be here tonight in the super late model divisions? Let us know. You gotta have a favorite out there. Chime in on the Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch.
All right, we're gonna play that video tomorrow night. I got a feeling off of turn number 2. David Day gonna take the lead down the back, shoot Schroyer in for second. Here comes Jeremy Capron down low that 23 car. Haven't had to see him pass a lot of cars here lately. He's going to have to do it here in the 40-lap main event for the Supers. Now off of number 4, 3 wide for the race lead. At 23 comes down low. Scott Schroyer going to be around the 5 for the race lead. Now door to door off of 2. Schroyer up high, Capron down low. Drag race to turn 3 for the race lead.
Capron down on the bottom side, the number 23 machine. Here comes the number 5 of David Day. Door checks the 23 there. That can't make Capron very happy. That 23 machine. David Day now moves into that second spot. Now challenges for the lead with Scott Schroyer. The Sidewinder side by side. Here comes Capron back down to the bottom side. David Day quickly tries to get that run away from the 23. He knows that 23 of Capron very, very fast here this evening. Here comes Nathan Kassler right there too. Pounding on the door, though, is a 23 Capron trying to get around the number 5 with David Day down the front straightaway.
This is really good racing up front. Scott Schroyer trying to run away and high. David Day battling for his life for second with Jeremy Capron. Now going to try to pull the middle here and put a move on Schroyer into turn number 3, but caution flag going to slow that. Yellow flag on the speedway for the first time here now, working lap number 4. That was getting fun up front. This was a really good race going on, and I was kind of hoping this would kind of stay green because I would like to see where that one ended up at the end of the day. But off of the corner there, yellow coming off on the speedway, and I don't have a clue who it might have been, Todd. Did you get a quick look at it?
I did not, Phil, as I was up there covering the event, and it's different when you're not behind the controls, I tell you. I'm not sure what caused it. It looked like something happened with the 45 of Mike Massey. He's going to show it live on the screen, though, as Jack is really getting better on them controls. He's able to show it live rather quickly.
I don't have the view to see it here tonight, but I think Roger Jets 804 may have got involved in something here. Steve Spees, the number 66 car, I think got a piece as well. Those guys to the back of the field, so maybe something happening there. Did Massey's car get involved? Tough to tell. I think he also may have had a piece of the action as well, so I think he may have started the whole deal. But I know it got Massey. Looks like Jet and Steve Spees also got a piece of it as well. So yellow flag on the speedway here now, working lap number 6, and you put these cars all back together. Schroyer's definitely fast. David Day, we know he's got a good piece. He's aggressive. Jeremy Capron's a missile here tonight. Nathan Kassler, he has been fast all evening. Joey Lamb has been consistent. Tony Fetter's having a very solid night. I mean, all those guys in the top 6, I mean, strap yourself in there, Todd. We're only on lap number 6, and I'm already excited to see where the next 35 laps go, because that was a hell of a start.
Yeah, if you don't have your favorite beverage alongside you right now, I suggest you really run to the refrigerator right now. Grab it, because we got just a little bit before we go back to this green flag. And we're going to see some really good hot shoes go to work here. Scott Schroyer, David Day, Jeremy Capron, you got Nathan Kassler, Joey Lamb. I mean, these guys are all hot shoes, but those guys that are up front right now are wicked fast right now at Williams Grove. They either won their heat race or finished second in their heat race. So, respectively, these guys are going to be quick here at Williams Grove, and I cannot wait to get back to green flag racing at iRacing.com. Pace truck pulling down to pit road once again. We are restacked. We are repacked. Waiting on the green flag. Green flag's in the air. We're fired off of turn number 4. Scott Schroyer assumes the lead once again. David Day moves right back into second. Back down to the bottom. Side by side for the lead there. Schroyer firing. Shot out of the cannon down the back straightaway. Almost 3 wide. Yellow flag going to fly once again, Phil. We're going to blow him down here at Williams Grove, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, an issue there right in turn number 1 and 2 on the opening lap of the restart. Going to slow it down right away. And I said, Jack's going to be quicker on the controls, and I'm going to get back to this thing. But definitely yellow flag coming out, and I don't have the first clue where it may have been. If somebody's got a clue, give me a shot. I think this may have got Martin Karch in the 101 around, as I see him now go free falling down the standings. Tough break for the high side hustler. A guy for years, Todd, we saw dominate on the dirt is our buddy Martin, of course, our graphics guy, of course. Going to give him the love for that. But Martin is definitely, he was looking for a challenge coming here to battle with some of the best on the dirt, and he certainly found it. It's going to take him to the top of his game. I'm sure he's enjoying the heck out of it, but tough break for him. He goes around and have to restart about 15th, so Martin's got some work to do.
Yeah, definitely got some work to do. Going to restart, like you said, deep in the field here tonight. Once again, after being involved in that one. So there was other guys that made contact. I believe the 017 of Adam Joseph was involved in that one too. So we'll see these guys try to climb and scratch and claw their way back here, maybe inside the top 10. It's really hard to earn your way even inside the top 10 here at the Dirt Slingin Outlaws Super Late Models. An open setup, man. It's just fantastic racing going on here. And it has shown that week in and week out.
Yeah, it really has. It's a lot of fun to cover. Really glad these guys brought us aboard, because this is a lot of fun to watch these guys go toe-to-toe. Of course, you have guys like Scott Schroyer, a veteran out there in the lead. David Day, a guy no stranger to the dirt whatsoever, out on the outside of the front row. In that second row, Jeremy Capron, how many big races he won here over the last couple of months on the dirt. Nathan Castle, that guy has come to life here. He's always a rocket on the dirt in the super late models. He's up there in 4th. You got guys like Joey Lamb, another veteran, another guy who knows how to win races in car 81, running in the top 5. So this is truly an event, Todd, that can come out of nowhere. Who is going to surprise us tonight in victory lane here when we get to the conclusion? About 30 laps from now here at the Williams Grove Speedway. You got to highlight guys like Tony Fetters, Brett Rolls having a solid night. You got to give the missile Mike Bunson some love in the 524, restarting in the top 10. So they put that nice full velocity TV sticker on it. We'll have to see if we can't zoom in and find that thing. But off at turn number 4, green flag going to go back in the air. Schroyer wasting no time at all, punching that accelerator. He's going to lead David Day to turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the 5 car, back down low, looking for the lead off at 2. And as once again, just as we saw, yellow flag on the speedway again. These guys having a tough time and got to get started here on the restart.
Yeah, and that's going to be on the 66 of Steve Spees, and he was all by himself there. I believe he went around in and out there. got a little hard into the corner. I could be wrong here, but the 66 Steve Spieth around in the knot there, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag. And man, he was right in the middle.
Sure was, right in that hornet's nest, as you would say. And yeah, Steve unfortunately getting the worst end of that, going around and going to have to drop back in the field. Not sure if Roger Jett got a piece of it as well, as I think he may also be at the tail end of the lead lap. So I'm not sure if the 804 got a piece of this as well. I know Jack is going to show the replay, and maybe take a quick look back here, Todd, and see what happened to the 804 of Roger Jett and, of course, the 66 of Steve Spieth. So we assume went around all by himself.
Yeah, he got in rather hard, and then he locked it up there, and that's why the 45 of Michael Massey got into it. Steve Spieth has been given an end of the longest line for bringing out that yellow flag. So single file now. Going to be the way of the land here tonight now, as the number 2 is going to start in the lead. The 5 is going to be second, and Jeremy Capron. And the number 23 machine going to be third. So the admins have said single file restarts.
I think that's a good call, but who do you think that puts the advantage to? Well, you think obviously it's going to go to Schroyer in the lead, but guys like Day and Capron on the restart not going to be stuck in a designated lane. Don't they have the ability now to maybe set up their own lane to get themselves a better run here through the corner off the restart? Does a single file restart maybe aid those guys some?
Yeah, it may aid them a little bit there, Phil. You might see some different challenges. You're going to be able to do a little bit of maneuvering around, maybe lay back just a tad bit. As Schroyer is probably going to have to stack up David Day. He's rather aggressive in that number 5 machine here tonight and trying to get double it down here tonight. And I can't say that I blame him there, as he's doing a fantastic job giving a little bit of a check to Scott Schroyer down the back straightaway, letting him know he's already there in that number 5 machine.
Long-time rivals there. If you don't know the history of these two, they go back a lot of years together. And cool to see those guys, 2 long-time competitors, back out here in the iRacing dirt. Scott Schroyer and David Day going to lead the field there with Jeremy Capron, Nathan Castle, Joey Lamb, your top 5. Scott stops that throttle down. Green flag goes back in the air. We're back racing at the Wiliams Speedway. Scott going to drive it in deep up high. Day going to look like a peak down low. Here comes Jeremy Capron's 23 car. He's going to put the challenge to David Day as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, don't cut out Capron. He's just methodically waiting to get around that number 5 with David Day. He's a tad bit faster than that number 5 machine. Now down alongside of him, side by side battle down the front straightaway here in the turn number 1. Capron now down on the bottom here with the number 5 of David Day up top. Capron's got some muscle down on the bottom. See if he can set sail into turn number 3. And that number 23 machine side by side for the second spot. As nobody's given an inch, nobody's given a mile. Capron's still on the bottom.
That is a good run right there. Jeremy down low, David up high. They're also side by side behind them. Nathan Castle and Joey Lamb going at it for 4th, but down the back chute, chasing Scott Schroyer. Capron going to pull out just a little bit in 3 and 4. Day going to fire it back up high. I wonder who gets the whole shot here off the corner. Jeremy going to stop back in the gas pedal, gets that good launch off the corner. Day with that momentum up high. 2 really good grooves right now. Scott Schroyer leading. That race for second is amazing, as yellow flag now once again back to the speedway. Yellow, 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 and I can see just by race chatter, I think immediately I can say I think Brett Rolls may have been on the back of somebody, as I immediately heard him apologizing. So I think the 17 may have gotten to the back of maybe the 75 car of John Hine, maybe the 55. I'm not exactly sure, but I guess the replay will go back and tell the story. All I do know for sure, Todd, I think it was definitely Brett Rolls who was involved in the initial contact.
Yeah, definitely Brett Rolls in the number 17 involved in that contact, as it looks like he got into the back of the 75 machine. The 75 being driven here tonight by John Hand in the 75 machine. Another Stars on Dirt regular. Having some bad luck here tonight, but up front, Phil, guess what? Second place now owns by the number 23 of Jeremy Capron. He's able to get by David Day there after that yellow flag came out. He was able to stay in front of him. So David Day now going to be relegated back to 3rd. So that good race extinguished. But now Scott Schroyer has Jeremy Capron right there behind him. How nervous have you got to be being the number 2 of Scott Schroyer?
If we could cue the Jaws music, I think that's exactly what it would sound like, because I'm sure Scott looks up in the mirror, sees that 23 car behind him, and, oh, buddy, we know this guy's been on a tear here lately. Jeremy Capron, see if he can get around Scott Schroyer. Scott has had a really, really solid night here tonight. Picked up a win last night as well over at Stars on Dirt. That was awesome to see for Scott. So good to see him running well, going toe-to-toe with some of the best out here tonight, especially with Jeremy Capron. David Day there in for third. Nathan Kastler, who I thought was going to make a better run of it here early, Todd, currently runs fourth, but he hasn't yet found that lane down low that he used so really, extremely well in the heat race. For the most part, through this feature event, now 22 laps old, Nathan Kastler's been stuck up high in the 21 car. Wonder if that's changing the racetrack or changing setup, or I wonder what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure with what he did with that number 21 machine. It just seems like he's not firing like he was here in the heat race in the number 21 machine. But we'll see if he has anything towards the end. Maybe he's geared it towards the end of this race. Maybe it was banking on some yellows. Setup starting to go away. I'm not sure. So we'll see. As iRacing.com pace track down the pit road, Scott Schroyer fires first off of turn number 4. Look at David Day. Immediately down to the bottom. He wants to get around Jeremy Capron. Side by side through 1 and 2 already. The number 5 machine of David Day down on the bottom side, giving the 23 all he can handle there as they come down the back straightaway. David Day now again throws it down into the bottom side. Man, what a race for that second spot. Jeremy Capron, though, starting to put him at bay now as he's got about 3 or 4 car lengths. Sets his sights on that number 2 of Scott Schroyer. It's going to let it eat down on the bottom side. That number 23, that iRacing I flag on that machine down the back straightaway into turn number 3, side by side for the lead, Phil.
Side by side for the lead. Schroyer's car got a little twitchy off of turn number 2. Opened up a door for Capron to run down low, and now through 1 and 2 the next lap around. We'll see if Scott can keep it nice and straight off of 2. Gets it a little crooked once again. That allows a 23 to fire back down low, side by side for the lead of the 3. Capron down low, Schroyer up high. Who's going to have the advantage off the corner? Schroyer with that big run up high, going to make it work. Capron definitely there. They'll stay at a door-to-door here off of 2.
Schroyer giving it everything he has against Jeremy Capron and that number 23 machine as he's able to muscle him down the back straight away. I don't know how long that's going to last. Capron now going back down to the assault, down to the bottom side. Again, side by side off of turn number 4. Drag race down here to the start-finish line. It is again going to be Schroyer leading that time by as we got 13 laps remaining here, Phil, in this 40-lap feature event at Wiliams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And this guy is doing a fantastic job. Scott Schroyer, that number 2 machine. This guy, I'm going to call him here tonight, the Sidewinder on the outside, trying to hold Jeremy Capron at bay. Still, Capron at the line that time. By slides up in front of him almost there. Man, Schroyer even goes even higher. That number 2 machine, he is not going away.
No, he is digging up high. Jeremy may have a better car, but Scott is digging, and these guys really going at a good time. As brought the 5 car of David Day back into the fight as well. He rides there in third, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake, but off the corner, 23 car getting that big horsepower down low. He'll take the lead of the race. Schroyer going to fire it back up on the high side of the racetrack, but you can see off of 2, that car steps out just a little bit enough. Put Jeremy Capron now. He's going to be clear. 23 car up to the lead here through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Jeremy Capron finally to the lead in that number 23 machine where he has been there in the heat race, and he had to work really, really hard for this one to try to get to the top spot. But around the number 2 of Scott Schroyer, David Day now still running third. But these guys running away from the rest of the field here as they run down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. It is Capron. The number 2 is Schroyer, and the 5 of David Day off of turn number 4. And the fans are on their feet, Phil, as this has been a fantastic race here at Wiliams Grove.
All right, so I'm going to use some of the technology and terminology you've given me these last couple of weeks. I'm watching a 2 car off the corner. It's a 23 starting to drive away. You've taught me the term, that car up on the bars. Let it get out of the bars and ride. Is there a such thing as that car being up on the bars and over-rotating? Because the back end of that number 2 car, right rear, looks to be awfully light right now and looks to be off the corner, maybe over-rotating. We would call that loose on the pavement. Is that, term loose carry over here? Am I even right? Am I accurate in my call on that?
He's definitely spinning the tires on that 2 machine as he's up on the bars just a tad too much and just spinning the tires. It's causing a loose condition on that number 2 machine as he's up on the top side of the speedway. Just gets up in that loose stuff just a little bit. He's just not getting the forward bite off the corner. Is that 2 machine, but it's because the middle part of the groove, he's just not able to let it ride like the number 23 of Jeremy Capron. As Capron's got a better long run setup as he's just able to let it eat there. And look at that, almost a straightaway lead here in a matter of laps for that number 23 machine. So you can know who's handling the best right now. But the 2 is Scott Schroyer slipping back here into the clutches of the number 5 of David Day. Don't count out Joey Lamb, and Nathan Kessler is already back to that 5th spot. But Tony Fetters in that number 233 up to 6 and staying there, Phil.
He has had a really good night, as Tony in the super late models. Really impressed by his run. I'm watching this battle for third kind of taking shape there, Todd. Joey Lamb has chased down David Day, and Joey's starting to peek down to the inside. 5 car looks to be a little bit tight. He was trying to run that car low. That car keeps washing up the racetrack. Joey Lamb seeing the opening. He's going to take it lower to 3 and 4 here. Does Joey Lamb have to move for the 3rd spot?
Joey Lamb peeks down to the bottom side, cannot get around the number 5 machine of David Day, but he is not going away. Schroyer's car is also going away there, Phil. We've noticed that here in the last few laps. That number 2 machine just does not have what he had early on in the going here. This car is going away. That number 2 machine now under fire from the number 5 of David Day. Remember, Day has to be careful as the number 81 of Joey Lamb just a tad bit faster than both these cars in front of him, so he doesn't want to mess up a touch too much. And that number 5 machine still working on the bottom side by side. For that 2nd spot, David Day almost wrestling that away from Scott Schroyer.
Yeah, that's a really good race there. Joey Lamb trying to look for a place to go. And Nathan Kessler's 21 car, he's running in the high lane, Todd. He's also now going to be a part of that fight as well. So 2nd through 5th, a really good match going on there. Up front, it is all Jeremy Capron aboard car number 23. He is driven off and hid by almost 4 seconds over this field. So he is just laying waste to him here this time by. Going to be 2 to go for car 23. Is now contact to 3 and 4. Lamb and Day go around. Yellow going to come on the speedway, and for all intents and purposes, that is going to end the night there. Good racing going on. Jeremy Capron going to look like he'll race off to the win. 2nd on back is going to be anybody's call. There was contact there through the corner. Day went around. I believe it was Joey Lamb's car also around as well. So admin's going to lot the call there. I think Capron going to easily take down the win here as he comes under the white and the yellow. Scott Schroyer currently 2nd. Nathan Kessler 3rd. Tony Fetters running 4th. David Day currently unofficially scored in 5th, but we'll see how much that changes as the admins go back and take a look at this one. So it was almost academic from there that Jeremy Capron was going to go on to win. It was that good racing going on 2nd on back. Those guys are leaning on each other and just maybe a little bit overzealous getting into turn number 3.
Yeah, it was a little bit overzealous. It was a little bit of a looseness, but the 81, it's kind of one of those calls where like we need to have here, Phil. It's who's
you make the call.
Yeah, you make the call. Whose fault is it anyway? Whatever way you want to call it here tonight. But David Day going to be relegated probably to a 4th place finish this in front of Joey Lamb. But I tell you what, he went up there, congratulated the 23 of Jeremy Capron. I tell you, those guys put on a fantastic show. The 5, the 23, and the 2 machine. But Nathan Kessler going to sneak in there for that 3rd position after contact being made up there. But checker flag going to fly for the driver of the number 23 machine. I believe he's going to have one more lapper on the speedway, though, Phil, before we get that checker flag.
No, that was checkered flag. There's a 41 on the board, so checkered flag does go in the air and
a little bit slow.
Give Jeremy Capron yet another one over here for the DSO Super Late Model. 2nd going to be Scott Schroyer. 3rd will be Nathan Kessler. 4th is going to be Tony Fetters, and unofficially David Day going to be scoring a solid top 5 run. So good race for him. Probably a little bittersweet there as he was running up there racing for 2nd. He may get 5th, but David's a racer. He knows how that rolls. So we'll move on to our post-race show here in just a minute. We'll talk to all of our top 3. We'll once again get Jeremy in victory lane. We'll run down here and talk to 2nd and 3rd. That, of course, being Mr. Schroyer and Mr. Kessler. So we'll get those guys all screened away. And we'll move to a post-race show, which should be a lot of fun as this is a really good race there. Jeremy Capron, Todd, he might have driven away and hid in the last couple of laps, but for the first 30, he sure had to earn it.
Okay, definitely sure had to earn it. I'm gonna let you go down to victory lane, Phil. As we've done this a while, so I'm gonna take 2nd and 3rd here tonight. Gonna try something a little bit tad different. Is we want to get you some limelight down at victory lane every once in a while and meet some of these guys. So we'll let you go down and talk to Jeremy Capron, as I got to talk to him last week. We'll let you go down and talk to him again this week.
I like it. I like it. Thank you, sir. Well, I think I'll let you get set it up trackside. Then we'll let you talk to our 3rd and 2nd place finishers. I guess we'll sit down there first. You get car number 21 of Nathan Kessler, who had a really good run tonight. And I thought we would get more from him in the feature there, Todd. But nonetheless, he gets through that contact. Nathan Kessler finished up 3rd. He's with Todd.
Yeah, down here with Nathan Kessler in that number 21 machine, finishing up 3rd here tonight, Nathan. A good, solid run here for points and able to, like I said, bring up 3rd. And that yellow flag there towards the end of that one helped you out a tad bit, but it looked like your setup was a little bit different from maybe the heat races. You had an astounding setup, or maybe just the track changed a little bit and not in your favor, did it?
Yeah, the track definitely kind of changed and not to my favor. I was just kind of getting freer and freer as the race kind of went on.
Did it seem to be? We seen it in the pro late models. It rubbered up and it got slick down to the bottom. Was that the case here with the super late models, or was it slick all over the place here tonight?
Yeah, the bottom was definitely slicker, but if you could make it work, it was definitely beneficial. But I was kind of running the top, it was a little easier to run, kind of maintain speed that way.
Well, Nathan, did you see that battle up in front of you there for the top three guys? They're duking it out there. Did you get a chance to see that, or were you concentrating on other things? I tell you what, there's a fantastic race going on in front of you. You were able to miss that wreck, but bringing home a solid third-place finish. Did you get to see any of that stuff?
Oh yeah, it was definitely some white knuckle driving, a little bit of contact up there, just trying to see, okay, are they gonna wreck or are they gonna keep going?
It definitely was a fantastic, fantastic race up there. And I was thinking, man, if I was sitting in fourth or fifth, I was like, man, these guys are going to wreck. These guys are going to wreck. Every lap, it seemed like you'd have to be right up on the wheel just to make sure that you missed that wreck. And you did so here at the end of this one, between the number 5 of David Day. You were able to get by him and the 81 of Joey Lamb. But again, congratulations on your third place finish. I'm going to leave the microphone. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, kind of sorry to Joey and David there for the contact there at the end, and I'd like to thank all the guys at MSR, everybody at Slingin Outlaws for putting on the show, and you guys for broadcasting, everybody watching.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up third place here tonight. Nice podium finish, a solid finish for the driver of the number 21. That's Nathan Kastler.
Thank you.
All right, as we're going to pull down here, as we're going to get to, I believe, the number 2 of Scott Schroyer. There's still a crowd around him. Scott having another podium finish here tonight, finishing up second. And I tell you what, Scott, what a battle that you had with the number 23 machine between you, David Day, and the 23. That was a fantastic race. Tell us about that race, man. You got to be stoked.
Wore out's what I am, man. I'm telling you, it's difficult to run side by side, lap after a couple laps there, side by side, high and low. And hats off to Jeremy. I mean, he had that bottom rolling tonight, and I knew once he got by David there, we had that restart. I knew, if the bottom was still there, Jeremy was going to be unbeatable, and that's the way it was, man. And I don't know what happened there after that last restart, but I don't know whether the track changed, the car went away or what. But the high side was not any good, and I mean, I was just trying my best to hold off David, and I think it was Joey that got together there on the next to last lap, but it was tough, man. I'm telling you, Williams Grove is tough to run side by side like that.
Yeah, you guys definitely showed it, though. You and the 23 machine and David Day going head to head with it. You might have checked each other a little bit, but not. I don't think you guys touched each other as much. But we could see your car going away there towards the end after that last restart. Scott, able to hold on to second, though. You got to be proud of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think David Day and myself, I think we wrecked about 3 times there on the front straightaway. I don't know if I come down on him once or twice, or he came up, but I know we wrecked about 3 times there and kept going. So that's hats off to him too.
All right, Scott, we're going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank tonight.
Well, Velocity TV, as always, you guys do an awesome job, man. Just love the broadcast, love to watch them, and I hope the fans got a good show out there. I know we had more cautions than I would have liked to have seen, but all in all, I think the racing that we did have was pretty good. They're Slingin Outlaws. This league is really taking off with leaps and bounds. These guys are just awesome drivers, fast guys, and teammates there, Martin Karch, Mike Massey, and Steven Speece, man. We all kind of put our heads together for a setup there at the last minute. But other than that, thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home second. That's a sidewinder, driver of the number 2, Scott Schroyer. I'm going to throw it down to victory lane for Phil. I believe Phil has caught up with our winner here tonight, and what a fantastic run he had. Great side-by-side racing.
Oh, he certainly had a good car here tonight. Did car number 23, Jeremy Capert in victory lane. And Jeremy, congratulations, buddy, making a habit of winning these races here on a late Monday night. But God, you really had to earn this one tonight. You and Scott went side by side for about 10 or 15 laps side by side. your car was definitely better, but the way he was digging up high, that had to be a lot of fun to go toe-to-toe with, and it was a lot of fun for us to watch, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you guys were probably having more fun than I was having, but no, that was a great race, man. Scott and David there, we were battling, man, just lap after lap, and then like Scott kept getting that run off the top. He had the momentum going. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can get him here, but no, that was a great race.
Now, as the track continued to slick off there down low, that's where you really make time, especially in the heat races. You're able to make that there happen in the feature, but did that grip start going away, and did that kind of play into your hands with your setup, or was that affecting your setup in an adverse way? Because you definitely had a fast race car. It took you more time than I think you would have wanted to get up front, but once you got up there, you really started to drive away. So setup on the money there down low, or did you have to work a little harder than maybe you thought you would have had to?
No, I wanted to see the track get slicker and slicker and slicker because I had this thing set up for a really slick track, and I was kind of struggling there actually because I was still a little bit tight, but it started to slick off, and I just knew if I could get that run and get my tail in front of his nose, then I'd have a good run, be able to get my line going.
Well, Jeremy, you did it again here tonight. I believe it's the third straight week we get you in victory lane here in the super late model. So that is a pretty cool thing indeed. Multiple time winner here this season. So I know you got a lot of people to thank out there. Facebook live chat, it's exploding for a lot of Jeremy Capron fans. So I'm going to give you the mic now. Give those guys all a shout out there and whoever else you're going to thank out there.
Yeah, I got to thank Capron Screen Printing. I got to thank Hanover Wrecking Service for coming on board, bladenode.com, and iRacingIFlag.com. Got to thank Team VLR, that Dirt Slingin Outlaws for putting this on, and you guys for hosting.
All right, well, there you have it down here from Victory Lane, ladies and gentlemen. Driver of car number 23, Jeremy Capron, picks up yet another win, and cool to come down here and talk to some of these guys in Victory Lane. Todd, I appreciate you letting me have the spotlight down there and see these guys getting out of the car, get to talk to really good race car drivers and meet these guys. So pretty neat. Another win for Jeremy Capron. Another one in the books. That guy is one of the best out there in the dirt, and the work he put in, it certainly shows.
Yeah, definitely certainly shows, and good job to Jeremy Capron in that number 23 machine, and hopefully somebody will be able to give him more of a run. He likes to see that run. He doesn't want to drive off into the sunset. Any racer likes to have a good battle, I'm going to tell you that, Phil, but you want to come out on top, and he did so tonight like he has did time in and time again. So we'll see what he has next week here on Dirt Slingin Outlaws, see if he's able to bring it down into victory lane once again, or is somebody else going to bring it down to victory lane?
Well, I guess I'll have to wait and see when we come back here to DSO next Monday night. And got a lot of great racing on tap here for the rest of the week. I know we got trips to the Cinematics Racing League, got DWR here for their Wednesday night street fight finale, Hard Motorsports Championship night in Eldora this week. This is part of what is going to be a loaded week of Full Velocity TV. So thanks to you all for tuning in tonight, a part of a big triple header. Got to give a kudos to these two guys here working tonight. Jack Chewin for manning our controls all night long. Todd for doing a great job here carrying the show while I was out in the dark here this evening. But great to come back here for this third bill of triple bill. So thanks to all of y'all. Thanks to Martin Karch. Thanks to Josh Smith, the entire cast of characters that make up Full Velocity TV. Thanks to you guys. We'll see you here next time. Back here, I believe, live tomorrow night with more Full Velocity TV. We'll see you then.
Good night.